Hello and welcome to Freedom Through Astrology, where we're giving you the keys to having a successful life. It's freedomthroughastrology.com. I'm your astrologer, Donald Patak, and that's my contact information, the standard YouTube copyright. Keys to the reading, and I'm giving you the keys to having a successful week here. I read the astrology just a little bit different. First of all, I use either what's called sidereal astrology or visible sky. It's also known as constellational astrology. Tropical astrology fixes the signs to seasons. However, in ancient times, that wasn't done. So if you ask me where something is in the sky and then I give you the answer and you would check with an astronomer, they're going to agree with me. Tropical astrologers might not be so happy. I use the natural size of the constellations. There are astrological systems and astrologers, sorry. It's been one of those days. I'm still getting over the headache. There are astrologers who try to make each constellation the same size, whereas if you actually go out in the sky and you look at the constellations, they're all over the place. Virgo is nearly 50 degrees in the sky. Aries is under 25. I mean, they're all over the place. So I'm using the visible sky, natural size. I do not use the IAU boundaries. Instead, I use astrological midpoints. If you look at the zodiac belt and you look where the boundaries are, they're just drawn randomly, I think. I'm not sure how the IAU decides where to draw the boundaries. Athens Shementi came up with what he called the midpoint system, and that's what I use. I find it's a little bit more accurate. I read 13 signs. There is a 13th sign between Scorpio and Sagittarius. It's called a fucus. It's the wounded healer. It's where you're wounded in your life, where you came to heal yourself and then heal others with similar wounds. The symbol is a man holding a snake. Snake is the symbol of knowledge. So this is receiving knowledge to heal yourself and then others. These are the weekly transits. So these are universal lessons for everyone. This is this is what everybody's facing in the chart this week. It's been a day. I'm sorry. And this is also, I interpret using evolutionary astrology. So these are more lessons to learn. Ideally, this is using astrology. I've been called an astrological life coach. So this is helping you to grow and become the better version of yourself. And this is the weekly transit report for June 3rd through June 9th. How in the world did I miss that? It's been one of those days. I'm sorry. Through June 9th, the moon goes from Pisces through Cancer this week. So it's actually a very steady week with the moon. Tuesday through Friday, I believe it is, the moon is going to be in Taurus. So the bulk of the week is going to be emotionally stable, ideally. Thursday, we will have the new moon in Taurus. So beginning a new lunar cycle this week. Active this week. And the inner planets, Sun and Venus, are playing their tag team special. Whatever the one does, the other one decides to follow. Mercury is catching up to the sun. So Mercury is doing a lot this week. A big lesson this week is being able to learn and communicate and spend time listening. The outer planets, we still have the Jupiter-Pluto trine working. That will complete this week. But all these planets are making aspects, or many of these planets are making aspects to Jupiter, Saturn, and the nodes. And retrograde, Pluto is currently retrograde. So a lot of inner transformation and inner reflection. Are you growing? Are you learning? Buddy, be careful. I'm trying to record this, and as I'm recording this, I got the parkour kitten climbing all over the place around me. And yes, I do mean parkour kitten. I have no idea how he gets in some of the places that he gets to. This is our overview of the week. Let me pull myself down here. And as you can see, we have a lot ending up and finishing on Monday. So Monday is going to be the incredibly busy, energetic day of the week. A ton of stuff from last week ending and a few things beginning. Monday, the moon also enters Aries. So going from peace and chill to having courage. Tuesday, we have the moon entering Taurus. Like I said, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it'll be in Taurus. Friday, the moon will enter Gemini, but we'll also get Venus in a square to Saturn. And Saturday, it's the sun. Anything you can do, I can do better. The sun will also be squaring Saturn, but Mercury will be working with the nodes of the moon in a sextile to the north node and trine to the south node. So it's a fast day crescendo. Using musical terms, I enjoy music. It's a quick day crescendo in the beginning of the week, a bit of a pause in the middle of the week, and then it begins to pick up in a slow crescendo at the end of the week. And Saturday, yeah, Friday we're in Gemini, Saturday, Sunday the moon will enter Cancer. So next week, Sunday, nice day to take off and chill out. Okay, parkour, where do you want to go? Pick a place and chill out. Okay. Now, this began last week. I do want to touch on this quickly. Jupiter in Taurus isn't trying to Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. So Jupiter is opportunity to find peace through inner transformation. And it's reflection. This is a reflection time. So are you transforming? Are you changing? And is that helping you to find peace? Let me find this on my notes. I do have notes on this. Be careful of over or underestimating the transformation or wounding yourself and becoming very, Pluto can be very inner wounding. So be careful of inner finding of wounding yourself at this time. How is that not in here? Oh, well, I'll fix it. This has been a day of corrections. On Friday, the moon did enter Pisces. So we're beginning the week with a little lunar energy. That's the moon in Pisces. Big sign here. It's actually the second or third biggest in the sky. Be open to moments of vision or inspiration, and it's an opportunity for spiritual or inner growth. Be open to advice from others who are, spiritual advice. That can be good for you. Be careful of withdrawing into a fantasy world or trying to escape reality or denying the spiritual as well. Pisces can be seen as a spiritual sign. Also, Sunday on Friday, this is a long transit, one of the two long transits in the chart. The Sun and Venus are conjunct. Some people call it cazimi. I'm not going to make a big deal about it. I usually don't. But the two energies are fusing into one. So this is a focus or a spotlight on your relationships and relationships with other people. And are you finding peace and stability in them? Focus on how you're being with other people. And I have a little note here, are you being human? And how are you finding peace in relationships and being peaceful? Familiar faces are a good thing. Having stable relationships. You may not make a lot of new friends here, or you may meet people who are very calm and peaceful. Be open to that. Be careful of ego or vanity seizing the situation, focusing on appearances or trying to manipulate others for your interests, or being lazy and self-focused and just drawing into yourself. Venus can also be creativity, so it can be a spotlight on creativity as well. Not prominent in the literature, but it to me, I've seen it enough to know that. So a little focus on your creativity and how are you being creative? And this is in the arts. So this is, I'm saying the physical arts and music, I would say. So sit down and find some music that you enjoy. Also over the weekend, the sun is in Taurus, is sextile to the north node in Pisces, and this is a winning sextile, so this is an excitement. Hey, sun, finding peace through release. And are you the sun in a sextile to the north node Pisces? Let me get my notes here. Focus on your evolutionary intention. Know where your north node is on your natal chart and how is releasing things helping you to achieve that mission. So how are be able to see that from a higher perspective and knowing what to release can help you find peace in yourself. It's a time of letting things go. or of spiritual practices and doing spirit, finding your inner spirituality, practicing your inner spirituality. This can help you and help you find stability you're seeking into life. Be careful of falling into fantasies, seeing yourself as some type of guru or trying to escape from your life and your destiny. That can happen as well. First, second, third. And anytime you're dealing with the north node, the south node is going to pop up. And again, this is the sun into the south node. South node is how you hold yourself back. Again, know where it is in your south, and your south node is in your birth chart. And how does this relate to the south node in your birth chart? But here it's perfectionism. How are you holding yourself back with perfectionism and unrealistic expectations? Be aware of that, and you may become very aware of where you're doing this in your life, and look to see what houses this is happening, because that is also going to help you understand this. Be careful of know that these are holding you back, and just falling into them deeper is a bad situation. You can become fussy, negative, and critical and bitter of yourself, and beating yourself up accomplishes nothing. So if you find yourself in that mood, know that you're in the shadow, and go back to saying, oh, why am I doing this? And this is not bringing me peace. It's something that I need to then turn to the North Node and Taurus and say, how can I release this and let it go? So pull all those together. And on Sunday, yeah, there's so much happening over the weekend that feeds into Monday. I do want everybody to be aware of that. Venus is in sextile to the North Node. So it's releasing stress. Venus can be receiving help from others. So it's dealing with relationships. Again, Venus also with that creativity and finding peace in those things. So, and like I said, the North Node in Pisces is against, releasing things, spirituality, meditation. Learn how to release stress in your life through meditative and spiritual practices. Be open to help from others and learning how to do this. Learning meditation, other spiritual practices may help. I'm not going to tell you what religion to practice. I never will. But I will encourage you to look into your own spiritual practices and how do you encounter and experience the divine. It can help you at this time. Also, learning to live and let go and seek inspiration through the creative arts can be helpful and healing. And it's finding excitement in this. Like I said, find your favorite song and listen to it. Who knows? It might be uplifting. Be careful of becoming slick and manipulative. So some sort of fantasy you have about yourself or others. So falling into fantasy about relationships, bad. Trying to manipulate situations or manipulate perceptions, also bad. That happens Sunday and Monday. And anytime the North Node, we jump into the South Node. And South Node, again, holding relationships to unrealistic expectations. How are you doing this? How are you trying to control others? Look at your inner Sheldon Cooper here. If you watch The Big Bang Theory and where Sheldon Cooper tries to control people, this is your inner Sheldon Cooper. How are you holding people up to unrealistic expectations in your relationships? Hopefully Big Bang Theory doesn't go after me about that, but it's the perfect example. So let go, release stress in your life by letting go of unrealistic expectations in yourself and in your relationships. Learning forgiveness and simplicity and getting down to earth may help you in this process. Also, low-key people may help you, like people who just chill out and go with not go with the flow. Yeah, that's actually a North Node thing. Those people can help you. So that's a North Node lesson. And this is your little kitten commercial. Be careful of getting stuck in a right and trying to control everything or everyone. So this is your kitten commercial. Love this coat. This is the parkour kitten. I still have no idea. He gets in places. I have no idea how he gets there for the life of me. How does he get into a closet door that's closed? I want to know. There's no other way in the room. I found him in there. It's the parkour kid. Also on Sunday, and this is Sunday and into Monday, Mercury and Taurus. So learning to have peace through your spiritual practices and meditation. So learning about your own spirituality, learning meditation, spiritual practices I'll use that generically. Be open to psychic or spiritual experiences and practices. Learn that reality is much more complex or different than you realize. There's the physical world, but then there's that other realm. We can't explain the mental realm really with science. We know it's there, but prove it. Well, there's even beyond that. So be open to those types of experiences. Also be open to mystics or spiritually minded people that can help you learn what you need to know in order to find inner peace. And this is a sex house, so it's an excitement about learning this and being open to it. Be careful of getting your stuck in a mental rut or trying to escape reality. So that's the shadow. And finally, we get into Monday. This is how we're beginning the week. And now he jumps up. So on Monday, June 3rd, Mercury in Taurus is trying to Pluto in Capricorn. Mercury learning inner transformation because Pluto is retrograde. So you're reflecting on your inner transformation. And are you finding peace and stability in that? Hidden truths may arise and learn how to face them and also see yourself honestly. Have you grown? Are you changing? And like you said, this is a trine. So this is an easy thing to do, or can be an easy thing to do. Uh, be careful of what you're refusing to learn and ask yourself, what am I refusing to learn? Also, be careful of living lies or creating new ones that can create deeper wounds in your life. Pluto can be deeply transforming. It can create deep wounds as well. So there's going to be deep mental wounds that could be created by living these lies. Also, words as weapons can be damaging when used against yourself. So that self-criticism, I'm not going as fast as I want, et cetera, how, whatever. Um, those types of words, that negative self-talk can be very damaging. Be very careful because it's going to upset the apple cart. And Mercury and Taurus, finding mental peace, well, it can become the bull in the china shop. Or it can be extremely lazy. Why bother? So that's part of Monday. And on Monday as well, Mercury will be conjunct Taurus. This is a fusion of the two energies. Mercury, learning and communication. Jupiter, opportunity to learn, opportunity to communicate. Very good here. And in Taurus, finding peace and stability and learning that, but when you learn to speak up for yourself, that you can find peace and find that strength to do so. Know that you have something important to say and have the strength to stand up and say it with confidence. Pay attention to information as it may open doors of opportunity. Jupiter can be opportunity. Pay attention to that. You may learn a lesson from a great teacher today or about optimism. Jupiter can be optimistic, so be open to these types of lessons and opportunities. Be careful of excessive talk. Listen, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen twice as much as you speak. So be careful of excessive talk or shutting down completely. You could alienate others who want to help you or support you. Also, avoid jumping to conclusions based on shaky evidence. Jupiter kind of overestimate you. I estimate things. So you come up with this great idea, say it's going to work, and then look for evidence to support it. Been there, done that, got photos. Believe me, it stinks. This is a Monday, Tuesday type routine. Also on Monday, the moon enters Aries. This, I believe, is, yeah, this is earlier in the day. So, yeah. I'd have to double check that. Learn to have courage and feel brave. So find emotional courage or emotional bravery. Stand up for your core values. Expect to face competition or challenges and see these as opportunities. I want to talk about that just a little bit. When you face these challenges, it's like a lifting weights. That's how you build the strength. So this is a time to learn emotional courage. Okay. Falling into fear, anger, resentment, cowardice, panic is a sign that you're missing the lesson. And if you're feeling that type of fear, ask yourself why and know that the lesson to learn is, and even if it's just a little bit, saying something is better than saying nothing. And even if they mock you, hey, you stood up and you said it. So there we go. On Tuesday, the moon enters Taurus. So this would be a lot. And Taurus is one of the bigger small signs. It's not one of the big big signs, but it is still reasonably signed. So we're going to be here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday. So emotional stability all week, which is going to be nice. Calm down, get touching the world around you, pay attention to your body as well. So pay attention to how you physically feel, but find that time of emotional peace and build that throughout your day, or build that into your day. Take time for peace and quiet and realign yourself with your life as well. And there's a lot of planets here. You've got the descendant is receiving help from others. Uranus is your individuality, Jupiter's opportunity, Mercury's communication. We'll hit the new moon, and then Venus is relationship. So yeah, be a good week. Wednesday, take a good deep breath. No transits, or transits are happening today, but we don't have anything going exact. So today, I just wanted to put this in. Take a good deep breath. Hold, release. Be surprised how helpful that is. I'm sure the moon's hitting something today on June 5th. On Thursday, probably close to Mercury. On Thursday, we have the new moon in Taurus, which is the sun and the moon conjunct. This happens, I believe, early in the day. Yeah, I took this from the new moon chart, so it would have it where it happens, and this is early in the day. So this is sometime before noon, sometime just after sunrise. So this is the ego, yourself, and your soul, your emotions being together as one, and finding that emotional strength that gives your ego, your personality, yourself peace and stability. So be open to healing your natural self. Take time to be still and rest as needed. Focus on your own self-care. Be careful of running your life into a rut or just running on your instinct. There's some times to trust it, and this is not one of them, or trusting it too much. And I also have a note here that just struck me, and I wrote it down. It says, avoid doing over being. Be peaceful. Sometimes people just do stuff just to do it. The goal is to learn to be it, because we're human beings, and you learn things by doing them. But if you're just doing it, and at the end of the day you're not, whatever. But it's the new moon in Taurus, so finding that emotional peace, finding this peace in your own core self, your own core identity, this is going to be very good and important today. And that's going to set the tone for this lunar month, is finding that inner peace and stability. And on Friday, first it was Sun doing it, now it's Venus. Venus is in a square to Saturn. Venus, relationships, receiving help from other people, and in a also creativity. In a square to Saturn, Saturn is growth and maturity. So how are you growing and maturing in your relationships, your ability to work with others, be with others, and in your creativity, and being your authentic self, and finding peace in being your authentic self in that area of life, and being able to receive help, being able to receive help, and being your authentic self at receiving that help, and or maybe even giving it too. Sometimes you're the one giving that help. What else do I have here? You may face challenges in maturing or growing your relationships. Keeping your promises to others, very important. Learn the importance of loyalty, being reliable. Know that commitments are important. Be open to help from important or mature people. And look to people who are really authentic, and you know who they are. So being able to learn lessons from, and a square is a challenge, and its intention is to build strength. You look at the pyramids, they're built on squares. When you get up close and you look at those blocks, they're perfect squares, and that tension builds strength. So this is about strengthening your ability to grow and mature in your relationships. Be careful of falling into loneliness or staying stuck in the past. Relationships can stagnate if there is no growth. Also have evaluating your values. Are they really your values? Also, be careful being slip and manipulative and trying to con people and be a con artist. Not a good thing here. It can actually ruin relationships. And also Friday as well, the moon enters Gemini. Be open to new information and ideas. Ask questions, listen to the answers. There may be new answers or new information. Seek clarification as needed. Information can arrive quickly and in unexpected ways. So be open to multiple modalities there. Many different ways of getting information today. Be careful of talking too much or using it a way to distract. Also, be careful of not listening at all. So talking too much and not listening, that's a defense that shuts you down and shuts down this ability for you to learn. This is going to be Friday and Saturday and early into Sunday. On Saturday, the sun did it, Venus did it, and the sun's saying, me too. Let me show you how it's done. So this is your ego, your core self. You came here to learn how to have a healthy ego, or if you don't like the word ego, say personality or your core identity. Finding peace in your core identity by growing as your authentic self, or facing those challenges of authenticity. So learning to be your authentic self and the challenge of being your authentic self and growing in that, and face the challenges of integrating self-discipline and maturity into your identity. Also face reality and accept it. Accept challenges and work to overcome them. These challenges to your core identity are designed to help you become a better person. It can actually help you. And that's what this, like I said, that's what the square is about. The square is about building strength and stabilizing. Remaining in the past is a mistake and can lead to being bored, especially with yourself. Be careful of being wildly eccentric. Saturn, not so much Saturn. Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn rules Aquarius. Saturn, the shadow of Saturn. I should have done this with Venus too, but Saturn in Aquarius. Saturn can be very strict and conformist. In Aquarius, Aquarius can also be wildly eccentric. So if I can't do it, I'm just going to throw all the rules away and just do things to annoy people. Be careful about that. Doing things for reactions or trying to be a conformist and fit in. All those things are missing the point and missing the mark. Also can see life being impossible, self-pity, create more loneliness. Also, defending your ability to not change can result in losses and losing things. So that's 8th, 9th. I believe that's the 10th. I have it currently marked down as the 10th. Mercury is in a sextile to the North Node. So this is learning about transcendence and releasing things and learning spiritual practices that bring you peace in your life. Learn to be still and pause before you speak. Silence can be a good teacher. Also, make sure you're taking the time to listen. This can also be releasing ideas and information that no longer serve you. So it'd be a good time of letting things go that no longer serve you, no longer help you. Be open to spiritual teachers and insights. Your teachers, again, may be more of a spiritual nature. The shadow, Mercury, talking to avoid listening or not listening at all, or not even communicating what it knows and not sharing what it knows. And in Pisces, falling into fantasy and trying to escape. Be careful of getting lost in your own mind or words or living in a fantasy world. Also, avoid seeing yourself as a self-appointed, self-anointed guru. This is about you learning. And yes, you can learn by teaching, but trying to see yourself as the guru might not be the best idea at this point in time. And wherever you're in the North Node, you're also working with the South Node. And this is a trine to the South Node. And we said Mercury is learning about peace and stability. The South Node in Virgo is perfectionism and holding yourself to unrealistic standards and unrealistic expectations. And that's Kit's back. So trying to, holding yourself to unrealistic expectations as you're learning to find peace can be a bad thing. So learn that you are good enough where you are and that you can get better over time. Mercury wants to do things fast and Taurus is saying slow down. And these are both earth signs, so slow down. Good lesson there. Things can work out even if they are unplanned. Your best teachers can show you how to, maybe able to show you how to succeed just by winging it and going with the information that you have. This is, I tell people with Virgo, because the intent of Virgo is perfectionism. And the definition of perfectionism is doing the best you can with the knowledge, information, skills, talents, abilities, resources that you have at that time. So what do you got? Work with it. Good enough. Be careful of getting bogged down in details and excessive planning and even self-sabotage by saying we don't have it, so we can't do it. Also becoming critical, self-critical or negative, or getting your thoughts stuck in a rut. These are all ways of sabotaging this time. And on Sunday, finally, the moon enters Cancer. After that long week, especially that very busy Monday and Tuesday, take time to settle down and heal. Be gentle with yourself and with other people as well. Be open to healers. Different modalities may be available, so you'll learn how to heal yourself. Can be a good thing. Be careful. The moon is your emotions. Be careful of playing the victim or whining or martyr. This serves nobody, not even you. And this can also attract the wrong people. When you play, when you have a pity party, very few people come, and the ones that do don't usually bring presents. One of the books I was looking at saying the shadow of if you'll fall into that type of whining, you can actually attract, they said, energetic vampires. It was very interesting. But you can attract the wrong people, and people are going to hold you back and baby you. And I don't think anybody wants to be treated like a little baby, honestly. So there you go. That's our week. If you like this, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And I do have a YouTube station. So like, if you like it, like and follow me there. Digital Soul Space. I am on the Digital Soul Space, and great news: the membership decided to open it up and let it be free and ask for donations. So it's the spiritual, think of like the Facebook spiritual or Instagram spiritual groups, all those different spiritual groups. This is free, asking for donations. This is free, but they're making billions off your data. And unless you meet certain rules and requirements, which very few people actually are, you're not making any money. So these people are getting rich off your data. DSS, no data. It's moderated, so it's a bully-free zone. It's really good. A lot of there's astrology on there. There's a lot of different modalities. It's now, if I understand the message, the email and the posting right, it's free and open to all. Stop on in, check it out. If you like it, hey, it's a great place to ask questions and find answers. Do this, escape, and go here. Here's my current website. It's always updating, always changing. Quick 6 reading. If you want to see if this style serves you, schedule a quick 6 reading. I'm gonna do a recording for it, share it with you, and you know 6 key points off your chart: sun, moon, ascendant, chart ruler, south node, north node, is this my path? I do full birth chart, past life, quick pick, which fuses those together. The past life can be a past life, or there are people who are one and done. It's a special lesson. And then there are the infamous horoscopes, which are the transits. So I do a life cycle, which just strictly the outer planets in relation to where they are in the natal chart, and it tells you where you are in your big lessons in life. I can do horoscopes for the year, quarterly, which is a 3 months, or monthly. With the year, you tell me when it starts and ends. I'm not restricted to the January, December routine. I have a friend who does their yearly horoscope starting on their birthday and going to their next birthday. That's their year, and I think that's a great way of looking at it. But another friend of mine wanted their yearly done based on their religious calendar, and their faith, the new year started with the equinox, the spring equinox. So that's when I did it. So these are all open too. Quarterly is 3 months. Monthly horoscope, I like to do new moon to new moon because the word month has rooted in the moon. And in ancient times, it was the new moon that determined the beginning of the month. And I do offer packages which offer combinations of readings, and these all have a 10% discount built in. Boom, there's that. Sign up for my newsletter. I do a once-a-week newsletter. You click on sign up in the upper right-hand corner. It says subscribe. And that gets you a once-a-week newsletter, which is a summary of the major astrological events, an insight, exclusive subscriber-only discount offers. And if I do any live appearances or events, I let you know about that. If you want to schedule a reading, go to the services. That's where I'm working, transitioning everything to. What you will receive, you decide to order the birth chart reading, you will receive a recording of the reading, because sometimes these take a little bit longer than what I project. I never know until I'm actually doing it and that how long it actually is going to take. So I make the recording of your whatever reading it is. I share it with you, and then I give you a code. You schedule the amount of time, and this way, when we're working together, you're not listening to me talk. You're saying, "I want to know more about this. Tell me more about this." Can you you're digging deeper and learning more about your chart, so it's more personal and practical to you. So a lot of things are through the services and what's here. If you click on blog, I like to take deep dives. I like to do take one of the transits and do a deep dive on it. This one was really long, but there you go. That's my current site. Let's go back to here. Slideshow, current slide. So like, follow, and share. Sign up for the newsletter. If you're really so moved to order a reading, I really appreciate it. Thank you. And remember that in the visible sky, your life changes.